Welcome back to the final episode of our series, The Slave in the Torah and Throughout History Part 3. Today, we're diving deep into a powerful truth, how ancient Jewish values shaped the moral revolution that led to the end of slavery. Let's get started. Part 1. The harsh reality. Slavery in the ancient world. Throughout history, slavery wasn't just common, it was normal. In Greece, Rome, Egypt, Babylon, human beings were considered property. The greatest thinkers, like Aristotle, claimed that some people were natural slaves, meant only to serve. Friendship, justice, rights, those were luxuries reserved for free men, never for slaves. Even Roman philosophers who seemed merciful, like Seneca, merely suggested not mutilating slaves without reason. Compare that to Job's words in the Bible. Did not the same one form him in the womb as he formed me? In Judaism, the very concept of human dignity was rooted deeply, long before the world even imagined it. Part 2. Why slavery declined. And it wasn't about morality. Here's a question no one asks. Why did slavery disappear from Europe? It wasn't because people became more ethical, it was because slavery stopped being profitable. In the Middle Ages, the collapse of long-distance trade and wars shrank the supply of slaves. Economies shifted, peasants replaced slaves, but the exploitation remained, just under different names. The so-called free laborers were hardly better off than slaves. Later, during the Industrial Revolution, machines replaced the need for forced human labor. When the economic pressure lifted, then moral ideals had room to breathe. Part 3. The false heroism of the West. Popular history loves to paint America's Civil War as a fight to free the slaves. Reality check. It was about politics and economics. Abraham Lincoln himself said, "If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it." The North didn't wage war because it loved Black Americans. It fought because it needed to keep the Union together. Freedom slogans came later, when the war needed a moral rallying cry. Even after slavery was abolished, segregation and racism ruled American society for another 100 years. True change didn't happen because of speeches, but because relentless pressure forced governments to act. Part 4. The Torah's true revolution. Now contrast all that to the Torah. The Torah didn't accept slavery, it subverted it. An Israelite slave, freed after 6 years. A slave injured by a master, freed immediately. A runaway slave, protected and sheltered. Masters, forbidden to humiliate, overwork, or mistreat their workers. Loans? No interest. Every 7th year, debts canceled. The land? Returned to original owners at the Jubilee year. The Torah understood something no empire did. You don't defeat injustice with slogans, you defeat it by changing hearts and habits over time. The Torah started a slow but unstoppable revolution, one that taught humanity to see the slave as a human being, created in the image of God. Part 5. Echoes of Sinai, shaping the modern world. Fast forward. When Europe and America finally abolished slavery, their moral vocabulary, human dignity, freedom, justice, came from Sinai. Not from Athens, not from Rome. From the small, stubborn people who had once been slaves in Egypt and who never forgot. From the Exodus to the United Nations, from the Passover Seder to the Civil Rights Movement, the DNA of human rights is fundamentally biblical. As the poet Heinrich Heine put it, since the Exodus, freedom speaks with a Hebrew accent. Conclusion. Slavery didn't end because humanity evolved. It ended because ancient Jewish principles worked their way into the soul of civilization. The Torah didn't just regulate reality, it inspired the dream of a free and just world, a dream still unfolding today. From slavery to freedom, from darkness to light, the Torah lit the way. Thanks for joining us. See you in our next journey into history, ideas, and meaning.